Hey, welcome back as she climbs over everything in the hallway. And that is what we're going to be doing today, is doing this hallway. So as you can see, I'm in the hallway. Welcome back, everybody. And if it's lovely to have you here. If you haven't been here before, then my name's Nikki. So welcome. Now, for those of you obviously who know me, you've seen my house before, you've seen my hallway before. So I thought today what I need to do is tidy this area up. I need to sort my shelving system out. I need to sort out, I've got my unit over here with a great big arrangement on this unit here. I need to get that out. I really need to clear this and declutter it. But over the weekend, I had a wedding. So I brought everything in. It's all over the floor. So I'm going to start by deconstructing or taking it apart basically, or anyway. So I'm going to crack on and get all of this out. I've got boxes everywhere because I have certain boxes where white flowers go in, red flowers go in, blue go in, and so on and so on. And I've got greenery boxes down here as well. I'll tip the camera down in a second so you can have a look what I've been up to. I've got garlands on the floor. Let me just show you one of my garlands I did for a top table. I had 20 foot of these. So these are all over the floor as well. So I'm going to put you on a time lapse. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward it a little bit because obviously it's a bit time consuming. And we're going to get rid of the clutter and then we can start on the other bits and pieces of this. I say this room because it is the size of a room. It's a small room. So let's get on with that. So grab yourselves a drink and we'll crack on with this video. Okay, so obviously everything is now cleared out and we're good to go. Look at the mess all over the floor. So I think that my first thing to do is to sweep the floor up. Obviously, got to be done. Obviously, how many times am I going to say obviously? So and how many times am I going to say so? Right, let's just get on. Let's just get on, guys. So what I'm thinking is I'm not to do the hoover until the last minute. So I need to obviously declutter this, get everything off of here. And as I said to you, this is my big unit. I've got this great big enormous flower display on here. And let me tip you up, guys. This great big flower display on here, which is just, you know what it is? I've just chucked stuff in it. Like these odd things here, I've put them in there just to get them out the way. So I want to take this off, rearrange that and put that back on there, obviously. Get the bits and pieces out of here and sort that out. And then declutter this, wipe this down, and kind of try and style it a little bit. Now, if you'll notice, with this unit, it's kind of different levels, right? So you've got your high level being this top shelf, and then you've got your lower level here. Now, I quite like working with different levels, and I just want to show you something in my little snug. So coming back to this room again, and as you can see in here, when we're talking about levels, like I did in the other room there, we've got two levels here. We've got the high level being the olive tree, this corner, and we've got the lower level with the low lamp and the little low unit here. This diagonal, if you like, is what I like. I like different levels. Your eye is drawn. So when you come in, if let's say, for instance, if I had two olive trees here, right, because this room is not very big, it would look a bit like, your eye is drawn to this monument type, not monument, throne type, if you see what I'm trying to say. So imagine you're sitting on a throne and you've got two big pillars either side of you. That is how I imagine of having an olive tree and an olive tree, or two great big things either side of the telly. Whereas if you have the different levels, like I've got a low level there and the high level there, the aesthetic side of things in here is a much more pleasing look. Right, let's go back into the other room. So with regards to the shelving unit, like I said, it's different levels. So they're not all the same. And you often find that. This could have been a bookcase. I really don't know. I actually bought this on Facebook Marketplace. And I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. It is absolutely solid wood. And it took 3 people to lift it and put it in my house. So that's my shelving unit. Obviously, I've just used it as a storage at the moment because, you know, when we were decorating, everything was just going on here. So I'm just going to declutter this. I've even got my daughter's wedding bouquet. Okay, let's get some of this stuff off. Some of this stuff I might even donate to the charity shop. Some are projects which I started and didn't finish, like this one. This was at the pound shop. Do you remember when they used to have those mercury glass candlesticks? And I used them quite a lot at Christmas time, actually. And this one, I did a bit of an upcycle and started to put the gold on the bottom, and I hadn't finished it. So I desperately need to do that because I love the texture that it is now. And it really goes with this room. So I need to finish that at some point. These were also at the pound shop. I can't remember how much they were. Not sure if I really want this anymore. So I'm going to have a sort of a keep pile and a non-keep pile. This again is just, don't even look at this. That looks like, well, that looks like my granddaughter's made that. In fact, my granddaughter would do a better job. So I'm going to take all of this out. But again, this was a charity. Actually, there you go. Look, and just get it out. Let's put it on the floor for a minute. This was a charity find. This was a dish which had, did it have a marking on the bottom? Hold on a minute, because it's got a load of, yes, and I can't read it now. Hold on, let me throw this bit in the bin. So this, oh my God, I can't, comes from Devon. And it has got the name of the person, I suppose, or company who did it, but I can't read it very well. And I think I paid £5 for it. It's quite heavy. I didn't change this colour, and all I did on here was put a bit of gold leaf around it. But again, it needs a bit of a touch up. I need to kind of spruce this up again, but I love the shape of that, so that is definitely a keeper. Another sort of thrift find from, it's not a thrift find, it's a boot sale find, but without going to a boot fair. My dear friend Lee, he was having a declutter out of his house, and he said, Nikki, do you want to come around and see if you want any pots and stuff? So I said, yes, please. Went round there, and this is one of the things I picked up from him. Really lovely, lovely. It's metal. It's actually metal. I don't know where he got it from. He can't remember either, but the detail, like the colour in it, I'll bring it closer so you can see it's got golds in it. It's got greens in it. I'm not even going to upcycle it. He was going to do a project with it, hence why there's foam in it. I'm not going to do that. So what I need to do is scrape all the foam out of here. And if there's a bit of residue in the bottom, it doesn't matter. And like I did with the other one in the other room, and I can just cover that up. Maybe put some bark in it or something like that. But that is a brilliant little pot, which will look nice on there. So that's going to be a keeper. My Home Bargains frames, I bought a few of these, so I'm going to have, I've got 4 to start with, but I may get another couple and dot those around on there as well. I haven't got any photos in them yet, but they'll be going on there. Pound shop from years ago, a pair. It had a stalk on the top, which I was going to use it for what do you call it? Like pumpkin season, you know, autumn, when you start getting your pumpkins out. And I was going to use it as part of that decor, but Probably not. I think that's going to go back to the charity shop. Not back to it, because it didn't come from the charity shop. It's going to go to the charity shop. This again was at the pound shop. It was an apple, part of the apple and pear range, which I was going to do for autumn. But I'm just not going to do it. I'm not a seasonal decorator, so I'm really not really bothered about keeping these. So that's going to go to the charity. This I bought at a boot fair. I think I paid something like, I'm going to guess maybe 50p. And it's a little candle holder. It's not bad. It's bloody heavy. It is really, it's like solid stone. But it just needs a bit of a clean up. I like the textured look on there, and you just put your tea light in there. So I think with a bit of a clean up, don't need to do anything to it. If I clean it up and it doesn't come out very well, then I can just give it a quick wipe, a little paint over. But I think that'll go all right on there. So we'll keep this one. We'll see how we get on with that. These are those from the pound shop. They don't do them anymore, obviously. Look, it's still got the label on the bottom. Am I going to keep this? Maybe. What I could do is, because I was talking about levels again, do the same texture I did on this one and have the matching ones. So I could actually style it with the two levels. Guys, I actually bought from the pound shop. I've got 4 of them, and I was thinking of upcycling them, as in give them a paint over, the creams, whatever. But I'm actually going to be using there. I think these are like little jelly dishes, or well, let's say dessert dishes. And I was going to change the colour of them, and I'm just going to use them as candle holders for the garden, to go on the garden table. But you know what? I'm actually going to keep them as is with the green, because I think they look like, you know, sometimes when you go into thrift shops, charity shops, antique shops or whatever, and you see a lot of coloured cut glass, I actually think they're quite nice in that colour. So outside on the garden table with some floating candles in there, or the citronella candles in them as well, I think they're going to make really good little candle holders. I was thinking of bringing them in here and painting them, and again having them scattered about, but I'm going to keep them like this, and I'm going to style them in the garden. Oh, I've got a project coming up. So I bought these mirrors from IKEA. I've got 3 sets. They're very reasonably priced, and the measurements are 12 by 12. And I've got a project I'm going to be doing with these, and I bought them and obviously left them on there and haven't got around to doing it. But that is coming soon, so stay tuned, because I think you'll like it. Last few bits. Love this vase, so I'm going to use this in this decor. I bought this from, I think I got it from TK Maxx. I thought it had a label on it has got a label, but it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure I got it from TK Maxx. And it does need, again, a bit of a clean up, but the texture, the colour, yeah, just needs a bit of a clean up. I'm not going to put any flowers in it, I don't think. Or shall I? Let's, hold on, guys. Let me just see. I might. No, I don't think I will, actually. I think I'll keep it as is. I need to think on that one. Right, so now we've got our little blank canvas here. We can start adding some bits and pieces. The one thing I do want to get, which I haven't got around to getting, is some books. The nice old-fashioned books, you know, the proper hardback books. That's what I'd like to put in here. So that's going to be for another day, because I need to go out to the charity shops and the thrift shops, see if I can find some books. And then we'll style them as well and add them to that. You know what, guys? I'm not sure about putting this on here. Actually, I feel like it looks a bit like a trophy. You know, like yeah, one of them. It's not quite doing it for me. I like it. It's not quite doing it for me. So although I'm going to keep it, I'm actually not going to use it on this display. This needs an upcycle as well. I bought 2 of these. I put one in the other room. As you remember, I already showed you that one where I painted it slightly different colour. I need to do this for this one. So for the moment, I'm going to put it on here anyway. And then I will get round to giving this a paint over. Nah. Now, see what I mean, guys? You know, like having it like this, like in symmetry. It's just doesn't do it for me. So no, that's not going to go there. Let's move it, and I think we'll have it sort of maybe over here. Yeah, that's better. And then I just need something for down the bottom. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it. And then once I get some books to go on here as well, I can add those. But just for the moment, I think I'm going to leave that as is and do the next job, which will be the flower arrangement over this side. Well, look at this, what a difference. And you know what? The funny thing is now it sounds really echoey in here. And all I've done is taken some bits and pieces off of here. And how does that work? How do you take some bits off, right? And now it I don't know, it feels empty. It feels echoey in here. Anyway, I hope it's not too echoey for you. Completely changed that now, completely changed the look, looks much more pleasing to the eye, got rid of all the clutter. Yes, I still need to do a couple of bits on there, upcycle a couple of the items there, just to give them the look I want to go in this room. The floral arrangement, I kind of titivated with that off camera. I'm not going to do anything to the vase. Let me swish around. This was a thrift find I found down the road in one of my local charity shops. It was a few years ago. It is really heavy. It was £10. What a bargain. I saw it in the window and thought, it was on the one way system. And as I was going past, you know, you're looking around and I spotted it in the window and thought, I need that. So I drove round again, parked the car, walked across the road and went and bought it for £10. Oh my God. And then I bought it back and gave it a little spruce over, gave it another lick of paint just to clean it up. And it's brilliant. It just absolutely looks fantastic. I'm well chuffed with that. But because it is a very big tall vase, you either need a big display in it or you have nothing in it. You can't go in between. You can't have just a few bits and pieces in there. You know, you can't do half measures. Got to be big or nothing. Go big or go home. Anyway, so there we are with that over this side. Obviously the unit, I don't need to put loads of stuff in a unit. I don't want to declutter it. No, I don't want to clutter it with loads of stuff. So I'm quite happy for that at the moment. I might put a couple of little candles or something in there, or, you know, a couple of little ornaments, but it doesn't need really anything else. The unit's done. You know, I just need to do a couple of little bits and pieces on there to upcycle. I want to get some books. Actually, I might get some books to go in here as well. I'll wait and see when we go out and about. My little shoe unit, I've got my little lamp on the top there, goes absolutely fine. And the shoe unit was from Amazon. And if I find the link for that, I'll send you that as well. I don't think it was very expensive, but it fits in here perfectly. Shoes tucked away, can't see nothing. So originally my banisters were white all the way, obviously, and we decided to give those a little bit of a makeover. So as you can see, Sean painted them black, and it goes perfectly in our house. The black goes all the way up the top, as you can, well, I don't know if you can see, but here you've got the post there, goes up there all the way around, because I've got a staircase that goes like this, and it's up on the top landing as well. So it's come out really well. And then we changed the carpet from grey. I don't know if you remember, we had grey carpet. We've come away from the grey now, and we've got like a cream, I don't know what you call it actually, champagne creamy colour, whatever it is. And we've obviously got that all the way throughout, all the way upstairs, in every single room upstairs as well. So we've gradually got to where we want to be in our house. And do you know what? I reckon we'll move in a couple of years. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about downsizing and going to something smaller, but with a bit more ground, a bit more land around it, put it that way, like a little cottage with a lovely big garden. Anyway, it was lovely to have you back here with me. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, obviously, because I've got more things coming up. I'm going to take you through to my other area at the house, our other reception room as well. So I'll show you the kitchen area and my seating area in there as well. So that's also coming up. I've also got some Sheen home decor bits to show you as well. And I'm off to Spain next week. I'm taking my granddaughter. We're off away, little trip for a week. So you won't see me for a week or maybe 2 weeks, but I will see you again soon. So take care, everybody. See you soon. Toodle pips.